Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my page. This is Tisha Spencer sitting here ready to teach you how to start a Facebook group page. Now, many of you are new travel agents or travel agents that may have been around for a while, but may be new to social media and how to actually set up a group. Now, the reason why it is a good idea for you to have a Facebook travel group is to be able to funnel all of your great travel deals, information, news they can use into one place and to take it off of your timeline. Now, many people are not quite sure how to set up a group or how a group works. So I thought I would show you today how to start a group. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go to Facebook, sign in if you're not signed in, and go to the left-hand side where it says groups. We're going to click the groups, and here it's going to show you all of the groups you're managing, the groups that you are in, plus groups that are suggested for you. Now, what we're going to do today is we're going to create a group. Now, when you create the group, you must come up with the name. Understand that you can change your name, but you can only change it, I believe, once a month. And you have to add somebody into your group. This would be the perfect time to go ahead and add your business page if you have one, to add some of your current clients or anybody else that you work with. Trying to see if I can get one of my pages to show up. Sometimes pages take a little bit harder to show up when you're doing it, but you want to add somebody. So I just have my same person I tend to invite all the time. Then it's going to give you some people that you can suggest. Now, when you're adding people, they still have to accept the invite. Now what you want to do is choose your privacy. I suggest doing private. That way only members can see who's in the group and what they post. When you make it public, not only can they see who's in the group, they can also see everything that's being posted. Now, don't worry. With it being private, it does not mean people can't search for your group. Now, the title of your group does not have to have the word travel in it, but it should have something in it that is catchy and something that people will search. You may change your name several times until you get it perfectly the way you want it, that's going to grasp your audience. But you definitely want to put something in there that is not going to show up in tons of different searches. So if you do travel, you're going to see tons of different groups that pop up. So for this group, we're just going to call it Agents Who Love Resorts. Doesn't matter because I'm not going to keep the group afterwards. I do suggest you pin it to your shortcuts. That way it'll be on your left-hand side of your Facebook page every time you log in. Then you go ahead and create, oops, did not click the private, there we go. Now, here's the thing if you want to hide the group. Anyone who can find this group are only members. Now, if this is something that you are using to grow your business and to share information, you want this group visible. Now, if you're creating a group that is just for, maybe certain select people within the organization, then definitely you want to go ahead and make it hidden. We're going to make this one visible, and we're going to go ahead and create. Now here you can upload photos. You can choose your photo from group photos, which there are any. You can choose from your photos on your computers. You can choose an illustration. So we're just going to choose an illustration. We're going to click save. Now, as you're in this group, it's going to give you a list of people that you can invite into the group. It's also going to give you that chance to put in people's names. Again, when you put people's names in here, understand that they have to be invited. So I've added someone, she has been invited to the group. Now you can link other groups. So if you have other groups that you manage that you want to connect, you can definitely do that. You can create topics. Now the purpose of a topic is to go ahead and allow you to help categorize different things. So if you're going to be doing posts about cruises, you could put a topic here for cruises, add it to your post so people can come in here and literally just search every single post about cruises, right? Now, once you're in here, you can add people, but they have to accept the invite in order to join the group. It is no longer set up where you would just add a whole bunch of people and voila, they was in the group. Other than that, it works the same way as most groups. What I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you how to edit your group settings. So now that you have your group name, you can even change the icon to be anything that you want that's available to you. Then you can also change the type of group. There are several different types of groups that you can do. More than likely, it's either going to be general or social learning if you're doing any kind of educating on travel and things like that. Now, as you go on and start posting a lot of things, Facebook is going to come back and ask you, is this group about travel? And you can go ahead and say yes. You definitely want to have a description. Your description should be something that is extremely clear and they understand what the purpose of the group is and a great way to introduce who you are. Now, your location can be your specific location. It could be international. It's totally up to you. Tags will help people find this group a lot faster who are interested in this group. Now, the adding of the apps, I think is important because if you're gonna do any kind of live presentations, Zooms, BeLive, or anything like that, you wanna make sure that you already have these apps approved inside of your group in order for it to work. Now, this thing always runs slow trying to pull up all the apps and everything, so hopefully this will not lock the computer, but we're just gonna reload the page because I don't need to open it up because it's pretty self-explanatory once it does open up and you look for the different apps that you wanna use. You can also choose the color and you can also customize the address. I highly suggest customizing your address mainly because you want to make it easier for people to go ahead and find. So apparently this has locked it up, which I had a feeling it was going to do. So hopefully I can get this to reload. Nope, we're going to exit the page. See, I knew that was going to happen. It does that sometimes when you try to do the apps. So you can go in here, you have it private, you don't want to change this, manage your badges. You want to make sure that your badges are on. You'll get badges that'll grow and it'll change, but it'll help recognize people in the group. And for people coming new, you'll see different things, founding members, you'll see top provider, top poster or something like that, different things that'll pop up. You can also add sections. I definitely keep the watch party open because the watch party allows you to share videos from your suppliers and various other places that you want to send it to. Membership approval. Now this is up to you. If you have friends in the group, that means anybody who requests can be added by anybody in the group. The reason why I always turn it to only admins and moderators is because there's a section here where you can actually ask questions. Now, during this time when you ask questions, this is when you can ask various different questions to get a feeling of your clients, of the people joining your group, whether you're asking, you can add up to 3 questions, multiple choice, check boxes, or written answers, but you can ask questions saying, do you have your passport? Where is one of your top 5 bucket list places you want to travel? Things like that, so you can get some insight on the people joining. Definitely create some rules. Now, when you create the rules, they're going to give you a list of rules that they already have. So you can use some of these, or you can just go ahead and create your own. So we're going to go back to edit the group settings. We're going to go back down to where we were. Now, social learning is great if you are going to be doing the training or anything like that. Now, you can have membership pre-approval. So basically, you can pre-approve anybody that is already part of groups you manage, or you can upload a list of emails, so when people are invited, they can automatically get into the group at any time. Now, you can also do automatic approval. Automatic approval is a new tool that they've used, which basically says, yes, they've completed the membership questions once you've set them up. You can also say they must be friends with at least one person in the group. You can even set it up that they've joined Facebook for at least 2 years. That way you make sure these are just not pop-up people just getting started. I actually use these when it comes to when you have because I have a lot of people that request to get into groups, and it's just easier to do that than trying to review every single thing. So we're going to go back to the edit group settings, go back to the bottom. Now, posting permissions, anyone in the group, only admins. It's really up to you. You can change this at any time. Some of my groups is anyone in the group. Sometimes some of my groups it's only the admins, only because sometimes certain groups, you get a lot of people that will spam your group or post things that have nothing to do with the group at all. You can also have it set where it's post approval. So you can have anyone in the group post, but admin has to approve. Now, when someone does it, when it says only admins and it needs to be approved, that basically means that nobody can post in this group but the admins. Then you can set up keywords to put inside of your group. So if somebody says travel agent in your group, you're gonna get a notification saying, hey, somebody in there is talking about travel agents, so you know what's going on. So that is basically what that is for that. Then you can go ahead and moderate the group. Moderating the group allows you to know that topics were posed. You can schedule posts in groups, which is great when there's a lot of information coming in and you don't want to overkill your group. You can schedule them to go out every day, every other hour, however you want to do it. People can report things in the group and you can see what they are and so many different things from this area. Now, the only other thing that you can do here is you can link an existing group. So I can link 2 groups together if they're about the same thing. But other than that, that's really about it when it comes to groups. Now, here's the thing. When you create a group and say you messed up and you want to end the group, there's only two ways to get rid of a group. You have to go to members, then you have to go in there and you have to remove the admin. Since I am the only person in here and nobody else has actually accepted the invite, I could just go ahead and leave the group. Now, once I leave the group will be deleted. Now, if you create a group and you no longer want to work with the group and you're just done with it, and there's a lot of people in the group, you have to archive the group. Otherwise, you have to remove every single person that is inside your group. So hopefully this helped you out, and now you know how to create your travel group. Thank you for watching, and make sure that before you leave, you hit like and subscribe.